All right, so this is question 3 here. It looks like we have now 3 classes, right? Where both of these classes are inheriting employee, right? So this isn't multiple inheritance. This is like your employee here, and then he has multiple subclasses, right? So here's your manager, here's your supervisor, right? It's not like I'm saying manager extends employee and something else, right? That's illegal. Can't do that. But here we have E has multiple children, classes, multiple subclasses, however you want to say it, right? And these both have one parent. Okay, so this is totally fine. Now let's see what's happening here, right? They're both extending employee, cool. They all seem to have the same work method, right? As in the same work method prototype, right? So maybe we'll see some overriding happening here. So if I go into our driver, if I go into our main method, what am I doing? I'm declaring an employee reference named ES, and what is it being assigned to? It's being assigned to a new supervisor object, right? So let's just take a moment to see what the supervisor is able to see right now. So he can see all of the employee methods and variables and constructors and whatnot. You can also see supervisor's constructor, right? You can also see what do you call it? He can also see this method here, right? Why can he see this method? It's because in my employee method or class, I had public void work with no args. Here in my supervisor class, which extends employee, which inherits from employee, right? I have public void work with no arguments, right? Meaning that the supervisor is going to be able to see, like when I call work with this reference, it's going to actually choose this method instead. It's not gonna choose this one because I have overwritten it in my supervisor class. Okay, so of course, right when I do es.work, it's gonna choose the overwritten method, right? Because the prototypes are the same. It's just gonna pick the one that's in the subclass. It's gonna pick the one that's in supervisor. So what am I gonna print out to the screen? I'm gonna print out we'll say like soup taking a nap, right? So that's what's gonna print out to the screen, right? And then this is just a simple print line. It's just saying like print out and with some spaces, right? So I got space and space. Now what am I doing here? I'm taking this employee reference and I'm saying instead of a supervisor, I'm actually going to assign it a manager. And that works, right? Because manager is in fact a subclass of employee, right? I'm inheriting from employee, so this is a legal line, and it's going to let you compile that just fine. It's not going to print anything out because it's not like we have a constructor that has like a print statement in it, right? So don't go saying supervisor taking a nap and manager slacking off because we didn't even call the work method, right? We didn't do es.work, right? We didn't do that. So don't go ahead and print this out, right? We didn't say to print anything out. We just invoked this method as a supervisor, right? From the perspective of an employee, and then we just printed out and. So this should be all that we're printing out. And of course, we can go ahead and verify this, right? We have supervisor taking a nap and, right? So that is the choice you would want to pick on the test. I hope that helped.